Hey guys, this is Mario again. Um, I'm back. I know I haven't been posting anything lately, but I'm gonna try to at least post one today or two. So we are looking at my lab 0. We're gonna do right now just number 1. So just number 1 we're gonna do and see what we can learn today. So and we are gonna be using Rstudio, which is really an easy programming language to learn. It's much easier than Python and Stata and SPSS. So let's see what Lab 0 says in the first question. It says that this problem shows how we can use R to simulate data from any distribution. These variables defined below could represent math and verbal SAT scores, both with a mean of 500 and a standard deviation of 100. And a correlation of 0.5. Now, I have the data here. This is the data for the math and SAT. It's called FTIC. FTIC. I'm not sure what it stands for, but that's the data right here that I have. So we're going to run this data. So, in part A, it says to generate a vector math of length 1000 whose entries are normal and random variable with mean 500 and whatever. Okay, so in R, to generate a vector, we can just call it, because it says to call it math here, call it math, so we're just going to call math equal. Now it says that they are normal random. So normal vectors, you have to type the R norm command R norm, okay, R norm. And you notice here it says n is for the size, and then mean is the mean and as the standard deviation. So we know that n is equal to 1000, mean is equal to 500, and the standard deviation is equal to 100. And when we at the end of it, you press Ctrl Enter, and here on your console you see that comes in. So when you press Ctrl Enter, you then type in math and press Ctrl Enter, and there we have the 1000 random variables that are just generated from what we have. So part A. Part B, it says this vector, okay, just saying that it has size n and mean 500 and variance 100 square, which is 100,000. Nope, 10,000. Alright, and it's 10,000. Now we know that already. So let's calculate the sample mean and standard deviation of math. So what's good about R is whatever you wanna do, you just type it in most of the time. For instance, we want to calculate the mean, you just type mean, enter, and then type math, Control Enter, and there we have the mean is 502.63, which is close to 500. And then again, standard deviation, SD, math, 99.25, also close to 100. Let me just make that a little wider. Now, that was part A and part B. Now, what if I just type variance of math? Let's see what happens. Variance, math. Well, it's 9,8551, which is close to 10,000. So, that's because those are not perfect number. Of course, you're not going to get the perfect answer. Now, in part C, it says plot a histogram. Do the results from power B, 1B and 1C match your expectation? So let's plot a histogram. So we can actually type plot, enter, hist, enter, math, and then Control Enter, and you'll get this. But at the same time, you can just type in at the same time, you can just type hist math, control enter, and you get the same thing. So basically, plot hist and just hist will give you the same answer. Now, if by any chance I just wrote plot math, I'll get a scatter plot, not the histogram. So make sure that you type in the histogram so that we get the histogram of it. Alright, so part D, calculate the length. Well, we know it's 1000, but the length is just length math 1000. What does it represent? It represents the length basically of math. That's what it is. The number, the size 1000. Now in part E, it says to create a vector epsilon of length 1000 whose entries are normal. Now we're going to do the same thing. So let's call epsilon, let's call it EP for epsilon. It's equal to, it says, length of 1000 whose entries are normal again. So normal, so we're gonna use that R norm function, n is 1000, comma, and the mean is 0. And now your standard deviation is 100 times square root of 1 minus 0.5 squared. How are we going to type this? We need to type it the same way we're going to use. The same way you're going to type something in the calculator, that's how you need to type it in R. Because if you type it in the wrong way, you're going to get the wrong answer. So we're going to type 100 times the square root is SQRT is for square root, and then we get 1 minus parentheses 0.5 close parentheses squared, and then that's what it's gonna be. And now we can press Control Enter. Control Enter, and there you have it. And now that's the vector we generated in part E. Now part F asks to define a vector verbal using the we have to define a vector verbal using the equation below. So we have verbal, we type verbal. We can just call it VER, okay, is equal to, or just call it, okay, let's call it verbal, is equal to 250 plus 0.5 times 100, because I really know why it does that, 100 over 100 times math, vector math, plus E we call it EP, okay, and Control R. Now part G says to find the sample mean and standard deviation of verbal. So let's just call it mean again of verbal, and we have 499.96. How about the standard deviation of verbal? Standard deviation of verbal 100.17. And then plot a histogram of verbal. So histogram of verbal, and there we have the histogram again. Now it says to plot a scatter plot of verbal versus math, meaning verbal is on the y-axis and math is on the x-axis. So we're going to use the command as it's written in the paper, plot math, comma, verbal, and then we have the scatter plot of math and verbal. So guys, this is what we can do with R. Those are the easiest one, but that's to start, and I hope you guys understood it and have an idea of what we can do with R. So thank you guys for watching that video. Have a good day. Bye.